Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's me again, Seth, with another video. I don't know if you guys are gonna like my last video that I did. I hope so. It was. I find it to be pretty enlightening, but I guess it's normal for me to like whatever I do. That doesn't necessarily mean that it's as good as I think it is, even though I'm pretty sure it kind of was. Well, the thing is, it's not for everybody. It's for people that are smarter than most people will understand every fucking word of what I said. But people that don't know shit are probably not gonna like that video. So, well, it's not that they're not gonna like the video; they're not gonna understand what I'm saying or what I'm talking about. So it is what it is. But this video is gonna get real ignorant real fast, and a lot of people are not gonna like it. Um, so the thing about me is, I guess some people might be wondering, well, if he knows this much and blah blah blah, how come he's in the situation that he is? Well, first of all, that's a stupid question. That's a ridiculously stupid question because the what you know makes you a target. So the more you know, which I was talking about, and I did consider myself one of those people. I was talking about Nikola Tesla and his free energy device and the electricity, the alkaline, which I mostly talk about a lot. If you watch my channel for a minute, I do reference the whole electricity debacle that happened with DC and AC electricity. And DC electricity is actually cheaper than AC electricity, and we all have AC electricity and not DC. But DC is actually cheaper. So anyway, DC came from Nikola Tesla. Well, it's a derivative product of Nikola Tesla, and they decided to go with AC because it's more cost effective. Therefore, since it's more expensive to create and more difficult, therefore they can charge more, right? Because that's how business work. So Nikola Tesla was actually very oppressed by the powers that be because of his humanitarian ideas, you know, which is the result of a lot of people having this communist concept in their minds. You can notice that a lot of white people have communist concepts, and no offense, but it's true. A lot of white people have communist concepts in their minds, and they seem to have a hereditary hatred of a hereditary, not hatred, but a hereditary disrespectful tendency when they speak of Nikola Tesla. Like, the first thing you're going to hear from a white person when they talk about Nikola Tesla is that he died alone and broke. They're never going to tell you how intelligent he was, or how wonderful he was, or how incredible he was, or how amazing he was. You're always going to hear he died broke and alone. That's hereditary hatred coming from a communist concept of commonwealth and creating more. Because the thing is, you need resources in order to build. So therefore, now you need to go and find those resources. So, remember that white people are kind of close to Vikings, right? They have like a small link to Vikings, right? But Vikings weren't actually white, they were actually Mongols. Mongols became Vikings later. White people are actually Chinese. I don't, they call them Caucasian, right? So Vikings were actually Mongols. Mongols they were, well, like Attila the Hun, I think it was. You know, some of the soldiers, because Attila the Hun, not Attila, what's his name? The other guy, Genghis Khan, I think. Yeah, Genghis Khan. No, is it no? Attila the Hun conquered a wide part of Eastern Europe, I think, if I'm not mistaken. His kingdom was actually pretty fucking huge. I mean, people don't talk about it that much, but Attila the Hun owned most of the fucking planet at some point, you know, and so when his band of merry thieves got disbanded, got defeated, they started to travel and they started to disperse and they started to travel, but they would still have their old tendencies, which was to pillage, right? So therefore, they became Vikings, right? So, anyways, flash forward a couple years later, that, you know, hereditary things tend to stick in your DNA. So white people have this tendency of, some, not all, but some white people that understand politics and how the world works kind of have a skewed vision of reality, you know, and that doesn't necessarily make them bad people. It's just that they have a tendency to look at specific individuals in a disrespectful manner, because those individuals are, if they would be alive or if they are alive, they are not helping creating this wealth of resources that we are currently trying to amass. So you need resources, you need to go out, and basically what I'm trying to say is some white people are okay with war, right? But it's not that they're okay with war, it's just that if it happens, it gives them more, they understand that if it happens, they can get more resources from doing that. You know, it's not that they want to go to war, but if it does happen, you know, like, you know, so that happens. So it's the same thing with me, right? Um, I have a lot of knowledge, and it's not knowledge that doesn't disturb things. It's not like, you know, I know what 2 plus 2 is. I have world breaking knowledge, right? I have earth shattering, reality shattering knowledge. And you can't commercially profit from that. And if everybody were to believe me, this is the reason why some people are suppressed and oppressed. Let's say everybody believes me, the world would be a lot different, right? We'd be moving in a different fashion. Not that we wouldn't be making money, but maybe we wouldn't be making as much money, which technically I think that's bullshit. It's just, it's the fashion where the way that we would amass money would be very different than the way that we're amassing money right now. The way that we're amassing money right now is more or less easy, as of, if we did it my way, the intelligent way, the humanitarian way, the capitalist way, if I dare say so myself, the old-fashioned liberal way, resources would be dispersed equally in shared parts, not in a communist fashion, although, might I add. But the people deserving, that are willing to do the job, that are willing to do the time, they get paid accordingly. And they would get paid the actual value of their time and effort, right? Which would slow down in some fashion the process of how we would go about things, of how much money we would generate, right? It would slow it down. You know, everybody would get paid, but the country probably would be as rich as it is today, but it would be slowed down in some shape or form because of the simple notion that you're counting actual numbers, you're counting everybody's individual value, right? You're not just funneling people in one hole and then meat grinding them, so you don't have to think or do anything, right? Which is the current state of our current GDP system. We just grind people into a mashed potato peeler and just watch the mashed potato just come out the other end, right? And some people are okay with that. A lot of people are okay with that. I don't know why. Because it's simpler, it's safer, I don't know. But I know a lot of people agree with it, right? So that's the reason why. And that's one of the reason why. But you have to understand there's also something else that happens too, which I don't talk about a lot. I do talk about it on my channel from time to time, but I don't talk about it a lot. And I feel like I have to remind people of this. It's not just the government that's after me. It's a lot of people that's after me. I had a altercation with a dude, which I had to completely wipe off of the face of the earth. Him and his friends, and it involves gangs, right? He was involved in the gang and stuff like that. But I didn't just go for the gang. I went to the top, right? So involved in the things that you're involved in those kind of situation, right? A lot of people rely on some of these illegitimate businesses that are spread out throughout the country, right? Some people respect it, some people don't. There's some gangsters that don't respect rapists. Not a lot, but there are some, right? And at the end of the day, there's not a lot of people that's gonna hate you because you don't like a rapist. There's some bullshit people that will, but real, okay, pardon my euphemism here, but real niggas usually they're gonna be like, good job, I shit you not. They're gonna respect you for doing shit like that. And I don't suggest doing that. I went fucking bonkers. I went nuts. It happened to a close person, a person that I was close to, and I lost my fucking mind, bro. And it's not that I didn't have a death wish. I literally was not thinking. I was not thinking at all. I can literally look at myself in the past and literally see that I was zombie mode. I was not there. I wasn't there, bro. I was not there. That was literally not me, man. It's fucked up. It's that bad, bro. So, because I would never do something like that. The shit that I did back then, I probably wouldn't do it now. Well, yes, I would, because I did it, but it's not something that I would naturally do. I draw comic books. I mean, yeah, I used to go to strip clubs and shit like that, bro. But I like comics, man, and like TV comics and shit like that. That's where I come from. I come from TV and comic books and video games. So there's a severe snap. I just snapped. And the change between the guy that just plays video games and read comic books and shit to the guy that's walking around busting down doors and shit and just beating up people and shit, that was crazy. That was something else. like knock out niggas and shit. Bro, that was fucked up. Um, go to jail, get arrested, fight in jail, get out of jail, fight some more, go back in jail. Like, shit was fucking crazy. And I was Batman. I was Batman for a good long amount of time. I was literally Batman, bro. Like, and that's the thing that I keep trying to tell you guys too, and that's like that comes from experience. The whole like, let people know what you do, because you will suffer the consequences of not letting people know who you are and what you do. Because maybe you do something every fucking day, but if nobody ever fucking sees you do it, everybody's gonna think something differently from you, and it gets annoying, and you kind of pay the consequences for it later, you know, because you always want to be in the background. That's how I was when I was younger. I always wanted to be in the background. I didn't want to be the main character. But the thing is, you're always going to be the main character of your own life. You don't have a choice. It's not, there's no escaping it. You can't be the background character in your life. It's literally impossible, because nobody else is going to live your life for you. So you have to live your life for yourself. So, and the way that I'm paying for the consequences of not letting people know, because like I always thought that it was a bad thing to walk around and be like, oh, you see what you did? You see what I did? You see what I did? Look at what I did. You know, you see what I did? I always thought that was a bad thing. I always thought that was a bad thing. So when I did shit, because, you know, even in music, even in gangster music, they say the gangsters move in silence and violence. So that's what I did. But now, these guys can't do shit to me, but they're using slander tactics in order to make people believe that I'm a bitch, but they're the bitches. You know, but nobody ever saw me do shit. So, because I don't do shit in front of people, you know, because of police and whatnots, whatever, you know, you never know. So I don't really do shit, and I don't do things to be necessarily recognized. You know, I do things because I believe that that's the right thing to do. Mind you, I'm talking all tough and shit, but there was some fucked up situation where I couldn't do shit though. That happens. And when you live as a vigilante, there's gonna be times that you're going to fail the mission, whether you like it or not. It happens. And at that time, I didn't really give a fuck. All I wanted to do was keep going. Like, I wasn't thinking about like, oh man, I failed this mission, I suck. No, I was like Punisher mode. Like, I was just Terminator. Like, I was just locked in, bro. I wasn't thinking about shit. Like, no emotions, no feelings, nothing. I was dead inside, bro. Like, I was literally dead inside. It was fucked up. Like, it was fucked up, bro. Like, I can't even fucking believe it sometimes, bro. Like, it's incredible. Like, because there's a mile of a difference between that guy and me. But not really, not today. But before that, there was a mile of difference between that guy and there. And I guess in some shape or form, I kind of fell into it. You know, I was smoking weed. I used to skip school and shit and hang around with girls all the fucking time. So I guess, you know, there was a slight evolution, but it was still kind of, because I wasn't into rape. I didn't hang out with people that rape people. I never raped a person. I never, like, you know, guy or girl. You know, like I didn't. That wasn't the kind of people I would hang around with. Nerds. I would hang around. I had gangster friends, but the people, like people that I would hang around with the most, were like nerds. Were like people that are good at video games, good with technology, like smart people, right? I would hang around with smart people, not necessarily nerds, because I had some gangster friends that were smart, and I would hang around with them too. But they never brought me to a gunfight or shit like that. So that came later. You know, like that came later. You know, it's not like I wasn't gang banging, right? Like I would hang around people, but I wasn't banging, right? So, you know, so I guess there was a door that was open, but the reason why I'm making excuses here is because of the amount of violence that I saw that day was incredible, right? And that's why I just lost it, right? And it's not me either, right? And it was, and that's the thing. That's why I'm saying that's not me, because it just wasn't, right? It just wasn't me, bro. Like it was not part of my life. It wasn't like I had never. Well, okay, I can't say I had never seen that much violence, but it was extreme. It was a lot, and especially to a loved one. That's not something I was used to. You know, it's not like I said, I don't bang, so I had no reason to go out with a girl, and then something like that would happen, right? So I'm like, what the fuck? But I did have some altercations before that, because but it was one particular altercation that really flipped the switch. You know, but yeah, and it was in a couple years, between, right? And uh so yeah, so these guys are walking around acting tough and shit, and yapping and talking like, like they do stuff, and not really, you know. you know what I mean? Like it's not really. I mean, like, and they talk behind your back, right? It's like they talk about it behind your back when you're too tough, right? When you're too tough, or you got like, or you got like magical protection. You got magical protection, and you're too tough. Like you're protected by spirit, and you're too tough. Let's say you're one of these things or both, right? Because there's people that are both, believe it or not. Um, that's how they handle the situation. They start talking shit behind your back, and they go around town, and they do stupid stuff, and they act like, like you're, like they make fun of you, right? So, well, make fun. It's a lot more serious than just making fun of somebody, but that's the best way I can describe it, because at the end of the day, that's kind of what it is. Um, so I have a lot of enemies. I have high ranking enemies, and I have low ranking enemies, right? So I have enemies on almost all platforms of life. And even in business, I have some enemies in business too, kind of, more or less. Not really, but a little bit. I wouldn't be surprised. Let's just put it that way. I wouldn't be surprised in business. There's probably some people that don't like my face. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of business people that are affiliated with Illuminati bullshit that might not like me, because I try to tell people that business is a healthy thing and yada 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 and blah blah blah. And when you do that, and if a person believes you, they go into business, and then they start noticing you're a piece of shit. He was right and you're garbage. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I am not a person that can just walk around and do whatever the fuck I want. That's not the kind of person I am. And that legitimizes who I am. Because You can't be saying all these things. You. First of all, but you're a smart person and you figured it out before everybody else, and you're into conspiracy theories. Well, if I say the things that I say and you know all the things that they do, wouldn't it be weird if I was capable of just doing whatever the fuck I want, whenever the fuck I want, make $3 billion in 5 seconds, and just walk outside with my girlfriend and just having a no, of course not. That makes no fucking sense. That makes zero fucking sense. It's I don't mean to offend you, but it's mind-boggling, the idea that someone would ask me that question. Like, it's just mind-blowing. It blows my fucking mind. I'm like, are you... I mean, in somewhere in my head, I'm kind of like, are you fucking serious? Are you fucking joking right now? Like, is this... Am I being punked? Because that's just, it is a stupid question. I'm sorry, but it's a stupid fucking question. That's like an epic stupid question. Like, it's an epic stupid question. But I am powerful, so I understand what you mean. There's like a compliment. It's like a backhanded compliment, more or less, somehow, somewhere in there, which I do appreciate. I appreciate the compliment. But at the same time, you have to understand, if I do say who I say that I am, it wouldn't make sense. That would mean that I'm fucking crazy if nobody was after me. And I'm just saying a whole bunch of garbage. And I should probably shut down my YouTube channel, and I'm just saying a whole bunch of nonsense. Enchilada. Of course, if you're a person like me, you're gonna have a lot of enemies. You might not have gangs as enemies because you didn't do shit like I did, but you're going to have the government as enemies. That's for motherfucking sure. you know, like this, that is for fucking sure, bro. Like, they're gonna be on your ass like white on rice. So that's my answer to people that wonder, if I'm so powerful, why don't I do that or do this, blah blah blah. That's the reason why, because I can't. I'm being hunted. I was the hunter, and now the hunter is being hunted. And I spent a couple years hunting too. Like, I don't know, like 5-6 years, to be honest. Maybe less. 4 or 5 years. I spent 4 or 5 years hunting. That's all I was doing. I put a lot of niggas in jail, but I was in jail with them. That's the thing, though. Like, I put a lot of shit to rest. Let's put it that way. Because it wasn't always dealt with police and shit, bro. And these guys, they like to act like I'm a snitch and shit, but I never snitch on anybody. I never called no cops. There's nobody, there's no gangsters on the planet that I have dealt with that can say that there's paperwork with my name on it. Zero. I never snitch. But people like to act like I snitch. I don't know why. So, so nowadays I have to be careful. I still go out and I face the tides, but every time I go out, I know it's gonna be a tide. I know there's gonna be a high rise. And it's not fun. You gotta look over your shoulder. You gotta watch out for everybody. You can't trust anyone. Anybody could be a fucking weirdo. And some people are fucking weird. They're just fucking weird. Just fucking weird. Like they know you from all these little boys that are talking shit, and they try to make themselves feel bigger. Like they'll say weird shit as if like they were doing the same things that those people are doing and shit like that, just to fuck with you and shit like that. So you can't even trust normal people, because normal people are garbage too. So you can't really talk to nobody. You can't go out really. You can't. You always. I mean, like it's always war. You know. And I came here in this city and I wanted to keep my head down. I went back to Montreal. I came back to Montreal and I wanted to keep my head down. I wanted to keep my head down. They didn't let me do that. And I don't know these guys. The guys that are over here where I'm at, I don't know these guys, bro. But they must have heard some shit about me, because the first day I landed here, they were already on my ass. And I'm sorry to say it, but my mom is part of that shit too. The first thing that happened when I came here, my mom told me some shit about being a superhero and shit like that. I never told her anything of what happened ever. And I don't know who would tell her anything of what, like, I don't know. Like, because I don't hang around with her people. She got people, I don't hang around those people. I got my own people. So I don't know where she found that shit from. So, and so I walk into the store. The first day. I come back. I go at the convenience store, right? I go at the convenience store. A guy walks in and start talking about he's going to shoot up the place. And it's funny because I never saw that dude again. So it always makes me scratch my head. Was that a threat? Like, was that like them trying to intimidate me and shit like that, bro? And it's very pathetic. It's very small dick energy, because, and it's sad because sometimes I like making jokes, you know, and I can't make funny jokes about guns. I can't talk about guns, because if I talk about guns, these guys are going to be like, oh, okay, he's scared of guns. I'm not scared of guns. I'm just making a joke. And when that happens, then they send some guy that starts acting weird, like as if he has a gun on him, like I'm going to run away or some shit like that, bro. Like, it's very pathetic shit. Like, it's very, very pathetic. It's fucking sad, bro. It's pathetic. It's sad as fuck, my nigga. Yo, you wouldn't even believe, man. And the worst part is, and I'm like, those people, they do it one time, bro. You saw my reaction the first time. Why would my react? And then they try it again because I made the same joke again, and I still have the same reaction. Like, why would you? Like, nobody wants to get shot, bro. Like, you know, like that. Like, you know, it's pathetic shit. It's pathetic. Like, you know, like, I can't even believe people like that exist, bro. Like, it's pathetic, man. Like, it's like, how did you even survive this long on this planet, bro? Like, because back in my days, people was tough as fucking nails. Like, people was tough as nails, bro. Like, you know, so I don't know. It's kind of weird, man. It's weird, bro. Like, you know, because that's bitch shit. Like, if you try to punk a nigga and then you don't do shit, you're the punk. If you try to punk him and you look like a dumbass, look trying to punk him, you're the punk, bro. It's not him that's the punk. You're the punk because you're a bitch. You're a bitch because you thought he was scared, and now you see he ain't scared. And now you go back home, and then you shut the fuck up. You're a bitch. Because the only reason why you try to attack him is because you thought he was scared. So that means if he's not scared, you're not gonna try to attack him. So you're a bitch. You know, like, sorry, man. Like, you know, no offense, but back in my days, that's how it worked. You know, maybe today is different. Well, today is very different, but back in my days, that's how it worked. So in my head, I'm kind of like, man, that nigga's a bitch. Yeah, you know, like this nigga's a bitch, bro. Like, the fuck out of here. Um, but it's very sad shit. It's very sad shit that you have to see shit like that. It is. It's sad shit that you have to see. Like, what I have to deal with. That's what I have to deal with. Like, I can't even make a joke, bro. Like, I can't even make a joke because there's people listening and trying to find things that they can, like, make themselves look better with. And it's really pathetic. Like, sometimes it's even like with women. All right, like, really pathetic small shit. It's really sad, bro. It's sad as fuck, man. It's sad as fuck, dude. Like, that's crazy. It's crazy, man. Just mind your fucking business. Like, I don't know. Live your fucking life. I don't fucking know, dude. Like, mind your fucking business. Like, go live your fucking life. And go live your fucking life. You know, like, you know, like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I did my part. Like, I did my shit. It was like fucking 20 years ago, but unfortunately, I still get busy from time to time. You know, I still get busy from time to time. I don't want to, but you know, shit, it still fucking happens. But you know, like, these guys or like these people, they're like stuck on some shit that happened 20 fucking years ago, my nigga. Like, bro, you still thinking about that shit, my nigga? God damn, it's 20 years later. I mean, there's some things I be thinking about still that happened 20 years later. I ain't gonna lie, but God, fuck that shit. I mean, like, I don't know. It's kind of weird. It's kind of weird, bro. It's kind of sus. So, nah, I can't really do stuff, man. I can't really do stuff. I can't really, like, I can't enjoy myself. I can't have an enjoyable life, bro. I can't. There's a lot of things I can't do, and not only that, I have like a back injury. I have like a severe, and mind you, I was doing all that shit with like a severe back injury, bro. I shouldn't have even been doing what the fuck I was doing at all. It was very dangerous. Still, what I'm doing today is very dangerous. Like, you know. So that's my reason. That's the reason why I'm not living in the mansion and stuff like that. Even though I'm pretty sure I can achieve it, but and I do catch flack for saying that I need help because a lot of people, and that's another thing that people are gonna use against me that I need help. You know, but I have to fight off a lot of people. And I do a pretty good job at fighting these people off. The only help that I need is with, like, you know, things of financial standard, like, you know, like, I don't know, like, not even financial, but, you know, just project building stuff. I'm not asking you to fight gangs. I need you to help me finish the project. Let me worry about the gangs. You worry about the project. You know, and I catch flack for that shit because people choose to remember what they want to remember. Because it's not like people don't know who I am. It's not like people don't know, are not aware of what I've said that I've done. But I guess everybody wants, I guess I make people feel sad or feel less than they are because of all of my achievements. So because of that, which that happens to me too. That happens. There's some people that have achievements, and I'm like, man, you know, like man, shit. You know, like that happens to me too, man. But you know, and I don't do it on purpose, cause to me that shit was sad and fucked up. To you, you're jealous, but to me that shit was sad as fucked up. So I don't feel what you're feeling. Like I don't understand what you're feeling at that moment because I'm not looking at it on a standpoint where I want to make you feel bad and shit like that. Like I'm telling you a fucked up story about some fucked up shit. That's what I'm fucking doing. You know. So, but people use that against me the first chance they get. People tend to use things. That's how you know people are jealous of you. When they try to use things against you, things that are logical, that only make sense, and then they flip it in a way that makes you seem like you're less than a person. That person's jealous of you, obviously. And when I say a person, it could be a lot of people. It could be a lot of people, you know. Could be the entirety of the universe might be jealous of you. You know, jealousy is a god. So, and that's not good at all. And that's a very bad position to find yourself in because you can't undo jealousy, bro. You can't help somebody that's jealous. You can't help them. You can't make a jealous person a better person, right? Like if that person's jealous of you, is gonna be jealous of you forever. As a matter of fact, you have to get away from that person because he might try to kill your ass. So, and unfortunately, you know, that might not be the case for the entirety of your entire city that you live at. But yeah, spiritually speaking, the human global consciousness is aware of your existence. And even when you're not physically communicating with a person, that person might still be jealous of you. Because at the end of the day, we're all telepathically connected, more or less. We're all telepathically connected, so the person doesn't need to talk to you to be jealous of you. Because telepathically he knows who you are. And that sucks because that's not what you're trying to do. What you're trying to do is be a regular taxpayer, right? What you're trying to do is pay your taxes and you can't fucking do it because everybody hates your fucking ass. And not only that, you're in a very precarious situation. So I'm kind of proud of myself to be able to hold off these guys and make I have in the temple that is my body, within the temple that is my soul, which is the temple that is my ether, right? My house. Within my house, there is a space for people to come in without being worried of getting shot, killed, or stabbed because of the actions that I take when I'm not in the house. And I'm proud of myself to have achieved that because there's a lot of people that might be in the same situation that I am that have not achieved that yet. or even thought of doing that. Because there's some people that are in my situation, they're gonna stay in the street even though they shouldn't. And when I say stay in the street, I mean, like, you know, they're gonna keep that attitude, they're gonna keep that energy. So I'm kind of proud of myself to have been able to manage both sides. But unfortunately, the other side, the side that I actually do want to be on, does not appreciate me because of the other guys on the other side, because of my affiliation with the guys on the other side, right? And that really fucking sucks. And the worst part is, it's not that people think that I'm a gang leader or I'm a gang member or some shit like that. No, they're just, it's a form of jealousy. You know, it's a form of jealousy, and it sucks. Right? Because I'd rather be doing what you're doing. And I don't see why you would like to see the bullshit, the disgusting shit that I have seen. And trust you me, I have seen a tremendous amount of disgusting shit. I don't know why you would want to see that. There's nothing to be jealous of. There's some disgusting shit that I will have to talk about sooner or later. I haven't seen a segue for me to find a way to get in there and say it. Right? But there's a lot of disgusting shit. There's some really fucked up disgusting shit in the streets. The streets is a lie. I don't know why people still hold that shit up. The streets is a lie, bro. That's garbage, man. It's a lie, bro. These motherfuckers are tweaking. Streets a lie, bro. Maybe not in the States. Maybe in the States the street is real. I don't know. I don't think so. But in Montreal, the streets is a lie for real, bro. Like, that shit's, like, they're not even street. Just fucking rape people. And that's pretty much it. Like, that's pretty much it. That's all they do. That's all they do, bro. Like, they don't do shit else. Like, so, and I'm man, like I said, I'm acting tough and shit, but in my head, the fantasy that I always wanted to live as a street dude, as a hood nigga, is like, I don't know, I'm thinking about foot chases, you know, gunfights and shit like that. I don't know. That's what I was thinking. Knock a nigga out, knock a nigga teeth out, bro, fucking shooting people and shit. Like, that's what I was thinking. You know, fucking robbing banks. I didn't know there was so much fucking rape, bro. I had no fucking idea. I had no fucking idea. And like, and that's one of the reasons why I kind of snapped. I was like, what the fuck? Because the thing is, like, the shit happened to my friend, and then I started getting busy. I started, you know, looking for trouble and shit. But one thing led me to another, and it's kind of like, you know, those detective movies, just like Batman, bro. Like, I would end up in places and I would be like, what the fuck? Like, this is happening here and then over there and then here and then there too and then what? And then like, it was like a big puzzle and it all came together. It was fucking crazy shit, man. And I shit you not, these guys just rape. That's all they fucking do. They fucking sitting there like they're the toughest guys in the fucking universe. They spend 75% of their fucking times trying to rape something. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, get the fuck out of my face with that shit, bro. Like, 75%. 75% of the time they're trying to rape somebody. So I'm not impressed, you know. You might look impressive, but I'm not impressed. I'm not. How, what, like, dude, like, how can, like, I don't know, like, I read comics, and I guarantee you, like, you know, regardless of your shape and size, I guarantee you I had more legit ass gangster missions than you your entire fucking life. Legit, like, real gangster missions, like deals, dope, coke, whatever. You're like, you know, like, yeah, me, like, shit, man. Like, I talk about scams and frauds a lot, but when I was younger, I used to do that. I used to do that. I used to do that, and I even involved my friends and family in it. I'm not gonna tell you who. I'm not gonna tell you who. But I even, like, so I would do shit, you know, like I would go see guys, you know, like get credit cards and shit like that. I would do all that shit. I'd be doing everything, bro. Sell dope, scam, all that shit, every fucking thing. I would be doing everything, and I'd be doing that shit alone. So sometimes I had to meet a nigga in the fucking corner by myself at night. I almost got killed one time because this motherfucker gave me a bag of fucking dank weed. This guy gave me a bag of fucking dank weed, bro, and you know, like, you know, and I had to sell that shit to one of the most dangerous dude at that time in Montreal and shit, bro. Like, motherfucker, that shit came close. This motherfucker popped the trunk and shit. He didn't need, that was a message. He could have he put the bag in the fucking trunk. He put the thing in the fucking trunk. He could have had it next to him, bro. Like, it took me, I had to take the bus to go and see him and shit. Get in the car. He starts explaining the fucking situation and shit. I'm like sweating bullets in the back of the fucking car, bro. Like, bro, I'm sweating fucking bullets. I'm sitting there, yeah. Dude goes out, pops the fucking trunk. Like, damn. Bro, I was walking very slowly. I took a lot of time to get to the back of the car. I'm gonna tell you what. I was very cautious. Shit, like, I don't know, man. Like, you know, and I had some good successful missions too, bro, which I very much likely enjoyed. You know, so I don't know. I don't know. I was thinking about the money. I wasn't thinking at that time either. I wasn't thinking at that time. All I was thinking about was the money. I wasn't thinking about raping girls and shit and garbage, nonsensical nonsense. I didn't, if you was raping somebody at that time, I would have never fucking noticed, because the only thing I was thinking about was cash. Bro, I would have never fucking noticed, because the only thing in my eyes was dollar signs, bro. That's the only thing I was seeing. So anyway, so I don't know, man. So it's not the streets is a lie, and I know the truth, and that's not a good thing, you know. And then and people that know the truth, and especially people that have the power to change things, they are not the most appreciated in society, because they can change things. And some people, especially the corrupt people that are in power, don't want to change things, because if you change things, they're going to lose their jobs. Whatever that means at this point, if you can even call this a job. And some motherfuckers are sitting there getting paid for doing absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, yeah, it's fucking normal for me to be sitting here in front of this screen all the fucking time and telling you these wonderful and wondrous stories and giving you these things that can help you out in your life, because I failed a lot and I have experience and I have done experiences. So now I can tell you what to do and what not to do. Not that I'm trying to tell you what to do, but in the case of you might not be aware of something, now I can say those things because I'm aware of those things because I had the experience. And that's all it is. And I believe that, and the worst part is these people try to make whatever happened in the past, like I get gaslighted a lot. Like people like to gaslight me a lot. They like to act like whatever happened 20 fucking years ago was my fault when I had nothing to do with it. As a matter of fact, a regular person, like a person that wasn't crazy like I am, probably wouldn't have done anything because I didn't owe this person anything. I didn't owe this person anything. I didn't have to help the person. Like I could have just and it wouldn't have mattered because me and that person wasn't in good terms. So it is what it is. So now I get gaslighted because these people probably have something to do with what happened. So these people they try to keep fucking gaslighting me, bro. And I'm not sure, or maybe I am. I don't know. I'm not sure, but it seems to me that these people might have something to do with it. And I'm talking about normal people, not gangsters. And it seems to me that you must have something to do with it because it's very weird that you always come after me. Like, why are you coming after me for, bro? As if like you don't like the fact that I did something instead of not doing something. So it's very weird. It's very, very suspicious. And to me, that's what it looks like. It seems that people hate me because I did something instead of not doing something, which is very weird. And quite frankly, none of your fucking business either, unless you did have something to do with it. Anyway, so my life is fucked up and I can fix it, but it's hard. And sometimes it's even fucking scary, downright. I'm a very courageous and very brave individual. And I have to say it because nobody else is going to say it. Because nobody knows me. Because I'm Batman. I have to face an entire city, an entire country, an entire world that does not want me to succeed. And everybody feels like that a little bit. Everybody feels like that a little bit. But me, it's literal. Me, it's like for real. Like the streets is very connected to this Illuminati shit. Businesses or some businesses are run by gangsters, and those gangsters are ran by certain businesses, and those businesses and gangsters are ran by a group or a society that gives them access to connections and funds. Everything is connected. don't believe the streets. The streets is lying to you. There's no such thing as a gangster. There's kids that, have fun from time to time and they play around and they play cops and robbers, but there's no such thing as a real gangster, like a dude that's like, oh yeah, no, he's in cahoots. He's in cahoots with the police. He's in cahoots with the government. He's in cahoots with the Illuminati. As a matter of fact, most of the time, the only reason why some people become that powerful, if they become powerful at all, is because they're doing all three of those things. Because technically, that's the only way that you're going to make it if you think you're going to be a drug dealer. So drug dealing is just a costume. It's like Halloween. It's like dressing up. It's like being a cross-dresser. It's a uniform. It's just another government branch. That's what gangsterism is. Gangsterism is another government branch, bro. Like it's not real. Connected to the army. They're connected to schools, the army, people. Like, what's the best way of infiltrating a city? Is through the fucking street. You send spies. If you wanna spy on the neighboring country, you send an immigrant with no affiliation, and that immigrant is like perceived to be a hoodlum, but he's actually a spy. It's all we're all being controlled and manipulated and funneled. We're being transformed into mashed potato. That's what we are. To the corrupt people that are actually mashed potato in real life, those people are projecting on us and treat us like mashed potatoes. Because it is projection. It's projection. You're corrupt. You're not even working. You're not even doing shit. You're corrupted. So you're mashed potatoes. You don't even work. And then you want to treat people like they're fucking mashed potatoes and shit. If you want to treat people like they're mashed potatoes, because you're mashed potato. You're projecting, bro. Because that's how you see yourself. You see yourself as mashed potatoes. So instead of looking in the mirror and saying, God damn it, I'm a mashed potato, you're like, fuck it, I'm going to just act like everybody else is a mashed potato and I'm great. Fuck it, you're a mashed potato. I'm great. You're not great. You're actually the mashed potato. Everybody else is working and doing shit, and you're just sitting there counting money, getting paid to do nothing. Yeah. So it is what it is. So anyways, this video is too damn long. I think I ain't got much else to say. Well, actually, I do have a lot of things to say, but this video is too damn long. And I hope you understand this time. Not that I'm saying you didn't understand the first time. I just felt I needed to say it. Because I do say a lot of shit. I do say a lot of outlandish, controversial stuff. I have a lot of controversial concepts. And I'm in your face with it too. So, and with the amount of magic that I proclaim that I am capable of doing it, even though it's true and I've proven it many times, I still feel that that's exactly the reason why I had to make this video. So anyways, I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.